30.
6 tries apiece. 3 out of 6 conversions for the Tigers, 5 out of 6 for the Cowboys. 74% completions out of both teams. 34 out of 46 sets. Played 28 out of 38 for the Cowboys. Yuck. 6 line breaks to 5. 31 tackle busts by the Tigers to 14 from the Cowboys. 16 offloads from the Tigers to 6 from the Cowboys. Forced dropout each, no 40-20s. 327 tackles made by the Tigers, 385 made by the Cowboys. 0 ruck infringements from the Tigers and 3 from the Cowboys. 3 penalties conceded by the Tigers and 5 by the Cowboys. 11 errors, played 14. Little made 57 tackles. Cotter made 52. Nofo with 174 metres and Cotter with 156 metres. Nofo made 1 tackle, missed 2. Talau made 4 tackles and missed 2. Condon made 13 tackles and missed 4. Supercoach points. Excuse me. Joe Offahengawi with 97 points. Dewey with 94. Leilua with 84 and Drinkwater with 81.
Well, I thought just with this game, like I know the Cowboys scored first and then the Tigers hit back straight away. But I thought what really hurt the Tigers, I know they let in all those points gave up a 22-point lead at half time. But losing BJ earlier on, he was doing good up until he got taken off. Big loss there.
In a context of the game, he probably was, yeah.
And the thing is, he went back down to New South Wales Cup and performed. He earned his spot. Yeah. He played Parramatta a couple of weeks prior and ripped them to shreds. Like, he's like, oh, I'm too good for this. What the hell am I doing down here?
Yeah.
Hey, if you give me no excuses for 2 from the Sharks, I'm not taking you one fucking excuse for BJ fucking Leilua.
My bigger excuse, the Nofaluma second try was a try every day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
I do not know what James Roberts is meant to do there. Cohen Hess went to tackle James Roberts thinking he was going to get the ball. James Roberts never got the ball, and Cohen Hess just didn't even try.
Mate, you know what it was? The video ref had to make his KFC quota.
And that's it.
Mate, he's waiting for his 3-piece feed. Sorry, mate, you got to get that quota up.
And you know...
I think it's just because it took so long to get the ball to get out behind him. I think the contact was just that bit too early. If it had been a fraction later.
The problem is they weren't even complaining. And that's when you know the video ref's done wrong. When the defenders don't...
When they
don't complain.
When they don't complain.
I'm fine with the way the bunker's working, but I hate...
That very late one.
When it goes... When they call it, because it's like... And I said last week, it's like when the stewards fire their own protests. Like, it's going to be upheld. Just fucking say...
It anyway.
Yeah, just go, look, you're off strike. Like, I hate that moment waiting.
I don't think... Has there been one yet where they've gone... All right,
there was, yes. There was. But it was a ground. It was like inconclusive.
Oh, okay.
It was... There's been a couple where, like, a hooker's dived over and they just can't tell. It was the one at Penrith where there was 2 heads in the way.
Yeah.
I think someone's head was behind one hand and Kiko's hand was behind the other. They couldn't tell if it grounded.
Good competitive game for about 15 minutes. Tigers dead set gave up for fucking half an hour, 40 minutes. Yeah. As soon as the Cowboys went on that run, after the Tigers scored that try and then the Cowboys hit straight back, and they dead set gave up for fucking half an hour.
At one stage, I thought it was the Western Suburb Magpies Ron Massey Cup team running out there because the day before they got racked up by 60 points against St Mary's, and I thought, okay, well they're out there playing first grade now.
Garner and Offa were the best for the Tigers. The halves were okay, but fuck, man, that was... The Cows just cruised through that second half because they knew that they were pretty well in front. I think that's the only reason the Tigers came back.
That's what I put in the group chat. West Tigers honouring Tommy Raudonikis by playing like the 1999 Magpies.
All right. I was expecting something.
Come on, son. Get into it.
All right, let rip.
No, it's all right. Leave you on. At halftime in that game, I tell you now, I have never been so embarrassed to be a Tigers fan as I had sitting at the Clone Hotel halftime in that fucking game. The only good news story anyone wanted all week, every league fan in Australia, all they wanted was a full house Leichard Oval, Tigers to win by 20 against the spastics of the comp, place rocking. everything you wanted. Salute Tommy. What a great story. It's all everyone in rugby league wanted, except for probably the population of Townsville.
What they actually wanted, they wanted the game to be moved to Campbelltown.
All league, but anyway, it's a different story. So they've walked out there. Luke Brooks has walked out and put Tommy's jersey, the number 7, on a chair to watch. Fuck.
He may as well sat down next to him.
Tommy would have rolled straight away. But so they walk out after that. They produced what they produced in that first half. Like, that was pathetic. It was both edges were embarrassing. There was no intent. There was no rushing the line. There was not one of those forwards said, you know what, I'm fucking playing for Tommy today. I'm going to run up and do a hit up here. They just went through their motions. All right, Hammer scored that runaway try. The next set, we had 3 repeat sets. No one wanted to actually try something. 3 repeat sets was like, and even I as a fan watching at that time thinking, well, it won't matter. We're going to score. Like, we have to score in a minute. And then we didn't. And then off they went. There was no intent. Okay, so you got no fluence just trying to sign a 4-year deal on $750, $750K a year. Now he had no intent catching that ball. The Tulagi second try just stood there. Oh well. Neither edge wants to slide, so they don't know if they're up and in or they're sliding defence. There's just nothing there. All right, they rolled the dice on James Roberts, who, all right, they got him cheap, 180 a year, whatever he's getting paid. He's the fucking biggest pop player I've ever seen now. He cost him that try you talked about earlier, which I can sort of forgive. 2 minutes later, they had the ball back. They threw it out to him. He walks over. He dropped it cold. So he's cost him the game twice in 2 sets, but his defensive decision was terrible. There's no communication. Ran into touch. Got bummed in touch twice. I'll give him. I'm not blaming a lot of this on Madge, but I will give him a slap. And how the fuck you have your captain fuck up your rotation? So your captain plays 28 games of rugby league. He didn't come on that second half at all, and supposedly it's because the rotation was thrown out.
They needed him.
Of course they needed him. I don't know what rotation was thrown out. Wouldn't you just go, okay, we've got two...
The fucking Cowboys forwards were better than the Tigers forwards. We've done nothing but bash up the Cowboys fucking forwards for the entirety of this season.
Yeah.
Man.
So, and then we come with our 151 game halfback, who... I've even lost the words now. Like, I'm just saying the back end of that game when that comeback started, you know who started? Moses and Mbai. Mbai started that and Dewey started that. Nowhere to be seen the whole way through. Then miracle ball, gets one out. 6 to go. This is a miracle try. All we got to do is catch that 150 game halfback, and we've got 30 seconds. We can score this, and he drops it cold off a kickoff. Seriously, it's now at the stage where I think it's actually better for Luke Brooks not to be at this club. This is a player that, by his own admission, doesn't want to control a game, doesn't have anything to do with a game, just wants to run around and, I don't know, be Mitchell Moses. Yeah. And
we'll get onto that.
So I think for both parties, it's time for him to... If I'm Madge, I'm walking out the game going, we'll pay you next 2 years, but you're playing reserve grade.
That's
don't want to see you again. Go, bye-bye. And then if you can go find...
want a halfback next year, mate.
Or whatever. I don't... Cowboys, if Todd Payton calls, go.
Yeah.
Get Jock Madden in there. Go and chase rounds. Do what you got to do. But I would conservatively, over my years, still own the best part of 30 West Tigers jerseys. And that's probably under guessing. That's in addition to everything else. And I am not putting one of them back on until the blokes actually get paid to wear the fucking thing, have pride in it, because I no longer do. I was just that disgusted. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Mate, all I have to say as well is if Brandy Alexander can come out and say Milford stolen all the money from the Broncos as a player, what's Brooks done?
Yeah. But I can respect someone. Like Mitchell Moses went to a club where he was going to run the show. Brooks came out last year and bench left goes, I don't actually want to run the show.
Right.
So why are you here? Why are you on 800?
Why is Mbai...
Go and play in the fucking American League and you can dominate everything.
As a utility then?
Well, same reason. There's 1.7 mil.
They bought him as a half or a fullback.
They bought him
that's
as...
what I mean. So
they
if
don't
your
know
half doesn't want to
Cleary
be a
bought him.
half,
You have to ask Ivan how he bought him.
Yeah.
So make sure Penrith didn't buy him, maybe.
But that's what I mean. Dewey's your fullback. Moses is your... Brooks is your 5'8", Mbai's your half.
I'm the first to knock Moses. He was good on the weekend.
He was good on the weekend.
Tried as hard as he could. Dewey's good. Obviously, if you could kick, we go to Golden Point, we probably win. But seriously, the Roberts experiment just got to end. Capella's back this week, so I don't know where that's going. or you take out the game, you can wrap 3 forwards. Garner was good. I don't know why he didn't start. Joffa was probably his best game for the Tigers, and Stefano was good again. And Musgrove has been fine since he's been back.
I thought Little was good. I
thought
Litch done okay.
Little
and Trotter. Yeah, you're right. And Twild. Like what you see is what you get.
The Cowboys forwards were just better for longer than the Tigers forwards.
That's it.
And the Cowboys bench was actually good, and the Tigers bench was not so good.
Non-existent almost.
The 6 and 9 from the Tigers were probably their best areas of attack. Mbai came on to play 9 and a bit of 6 at different times, but the Tigers' edges were absolute dog shit.
Anytime
those tries down that left-hand side, there was about 3 of them, I think, and it was just comical. It was just fucking...
No, they went right twice.
Stupid mistakes and blokes out of position and fucking...
But like I said, they didn't know if they were sliding or... Like, they just stood there and, we probably should have tackled him. Then off they went.
Where's he gone?
You give it to... And the first... Again, it's like the Saab try. The first hammer try you accept. You go, wow, that was pretty good. But again, Jimmy Roberts, supposedly the fastest bloke on the field, had no interest in supporting Laurie.
Even try and chase
and like, if he does, he cleans it up, and we're playing from 0-all.
Daggy Emerson move on.
Yeah, I suppose we should. I'm just trying to give any. But then the other thing is, no one can possibly watch that Cowboys effort and think they're going to win another game this year. That's how bad the Tigers were. Seriously, like what you take.
Cohen
Hess. Once they started running at Cohen Hess, we scored 30 points. Like it's there's interesting. Anyway, 3 Talangi, 2 Hammer, 1. I gave it to Ben Condon because he'll never get another point, but he might.
I had 3 for Ruben Cotter. I thought he was tremendous.
Yeah, okay.
He led the tackles and the meters for the Cowboys. Drinkwater was part of the reason that they got their early ball out into the centre, so I gave him 2, and I actually gave Garner 1 just because I thought he was close to the best forward on the field.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Garner or Joffa, but I'd say Garner's fine. Okay, Cotter 3, Drinkwater 2, nothing for Hammer? Okay, 1 to Garner. Let's wrap it up just to keep the joy going. The only thing that made me feel better was I was watching the Sunday games with Damo and Paralos too, so that cheered me up. And I was and one of our mates and fan of the show, shout out to Benny, is a Warriors fan, so all 3 of us got to be losers together. Dragons